Safety is down to you. No, really. You. Not the bloke who does the talks and puts up the posters and makes you watch the videos like this one. You might think you've heard it all before, that it's old hat, old news, something for others to worry about. But not you. Because quite honestly, you're busy enough as it is. You've already got too much on your plate to worry about what might, possibly, but probably won't go wrong. And anyway, you might think, I'm still in one piece, because I'm not stupid. Or maybe, just lucky. But luck has a habit of running out. So you need to do everything you can to protect yourself and those around you. Which means you don't try and do things you're not trained for. You don't wing it or have a go. You make sure you have the skill set and the know-how for your job. Otherwise, you become the liability, the risk, the hazard that should be cordoned off with yellow cones. When it comes to maintaining a safe working environment, no man or woman is an island. Only through cooperation with your colleagues can you create a safe place to work, which means being honest and upfront. If something looks unsafe, don't keep quiet. Say something. And if someone tells you that balancing a box on your head while climbing up a ladder is risky, don't ignore them. Take what they say on board and act on it. So the choice is yours. You can choose to bury your head in the sand, or you can choose to accept personal responsibility and take seriously the consequences of your actions. Because at the end of the day, safety isn't just about you. It's about everyone around you. Think of others. Think of yourself. Safety. It's not someone else's business. It's yours.
Welcome to RM. Getting hurt or suffering ill health at work is not a pleasant subject to think about. In reality, 250 people lose their lives at work in the UK each year. In addition, over 150,000 non-fatal injuries are recorded and over 2.3 million people suffer ill health either through work or made worse by being at work. The mistake is to believe that these things only happen in high-risk environments. Now, this is not the case. Some safe behaviours can usually prevent these incidents from happening. Implementing pragmatic health and safety measures doesn't have to be complicated. Keeping health and safety simple often saves lives and prevents injuries. So this induction DVD highlights some of the hazards you're going to come across. Its aim is to prevent you and your colleagues suffering the pain of being injured at work. Your safety is our priority. Each business or area has its own dedicated safety advisor who will now give you your local induction. They can also give you information and help on all things safety as and when you need it. Welcome to the team.
Welcome to RM Education. The health, safety and security of our staff, contractors and visitors is extremely important to us. Our aim is that everyone goes home at the end of the day in the same condition they arrived on site. We ask you to help us to maintain this safe working environment by recognising potential hazards and understanding how to minimise them. To enhance security, access to our sites is controlled and restricted to authorised personnel only. In case of a fire, an alarm will sound. Every site has designated fire exits and emergency muster points, so please be aware of where your nearest one is. Designated fire marshals will assist you in an emergency. The fire marshals also run regular fire alarm tests, and you'll be notified when a test is due. In the event of an accident, there are first aid points, accident books and designated first aiders on all sites. Please be aware of the location of your nearest first aid point. All accidents and near misses should be reported to your health and safety advisor or your line manager. Safety signs identifying specific hazards have been put up in relevant locations. Please take notice of them. Be aware of trip hazards. If you see something likely to cause a slip or trip hazard, either move it or ask someone to do it for you. Be aware of and address any obstructions caused by things like furniture, personal possessions or cables. In particular, fire exits, walkways and stairways must be kept clear at all times. When going up or down stairs, use the handrail provided. Floors can become slippery, particularly when cleaning is in progress, so take extra care in these locations. Liquid spillages such as oil, water or diesel can be hazardous. If you identify that a spill has happened, the area needs to be cordoned off and cleaned up as soon as possible. All work areas have been ergonomically designed to help you maintain the correct posture and keep any tools within easy reach. To avoid muscle strains, make sure that you set your workstation correctly. Adjust your chair to the correct height and set your keyboard, mouse and screen to the correct positions. You'll receive training in how to do this in your induction when you complete your DSE assessment. There are many situations where special precautions are required. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, should be worn whenever appropriate or instructed. This may include high-visibility jackets, protective footwear, hard hats, safety glasses and earplugs depending on the situation. Protective clothing should also be worn when dealing with hazardous substances, which must be locked away whenever they are not in use. Appropriate equipment should be used and all safety procedures followed whenever working at heights. And when lifting heavy objects, make sure you use the correct techniques to minimize the potential for muscle strains. Only use tools and equipment if you are trained and competent to do so. Don't undertake any job unless you're confident it can be done safely. All electrical appliances on site are PAT tested and only qualified electricians are allowed to work with electricity. Be aware of vehicles in the street outside, in the car park and in the warehouses where forklifts operate. These will hoot to warn pedestrians when moving around. Please stick to clearly marked walkways wherever possible. Please make safety your #1 priority on site. Thank you.